Welcome back, everybody. We are on video 4. We're at Train the Brain. My name's Craig Wissler. I'm the author of the book Why. And I am showing you the life formula, the proven life formula that is changing thousands of people's lives every single solitary month, every single solitary day. I don't know how often it's 1,000, but it's all the time. Train the Brain. Probably the most interesting chapter in my book is Train the Brain. And I can't even begin to express all the unbelievable things that I learned throughout my process, throughout this journey so far. But when I go talk to colleges, when I talk to teams, they're so intrigued. I could spend an hour on Train the Brain, but I can't do that. So what I'm going to do with you guys is I'm going to show you what was impactful for me, right? My training levels, how did they increase? And why is this important to a goal setting formula? And I'm going to give you this because every time people quit on their goal, their dreams, it's because they're too lazy, right? That the excitement wears off. The goal wasn't as important. I don't really need to lose 20 pounds, or I don't need to gain 20 pounds, or I don't really care if I get the promotion at work, or I don't care if I get a 4.0, or whatever your goal is. It wears off. Well, that's because that's your brain lying to you. And you got to understand one easy concept I'm going to show you. Just one. I can't give you every concept. If you do want to see every concept or some of them, go to my website, craigwissler.com. I put blogs on there. It's just interesting reading. So, I'm no doctor, so there's people way out there smarter than me. I'm just a knuckle dragger trying, an average guy that was trying to make it, and this is what I learned. So I was literally watching a series. It popped up. It was Navy SEALs. And they were off in California doing their budge training. And the one thing that they said that caught my eye, caught my ear, was their first phase of training was to just beat you down and get you to quit and teach you. Or long story short, everybody that made it through there, you know what they would say? Your body can endure so much more than what it's capable of. So I started doing research back when I was back in 2006, and I said, interesting. You have your subconscious and you have your conscious thinking, right? Two simple concepts. Again, far from an expert, so if I sound like I am babbling, I'm far from an expert. But your conscious thinking, that's something that you only use maybe 5% of the time, right? That's when you're actually physically making a decision. That's when you're able to say, hey, this is what's happening. Versus your subconscious, that's like an autopilot, right? That's like your computer program running every single solitary second, every single solitary day, running, 95% of the time. So when your body is designed, your brain's designed to keep you safe. So let's pretend you're working out, right? Let's say your goal is to gain 20 pounds. Let's just use that. If you're trying to gain 20 pounds, we've all been there. You're hitting your reps and you feel fatigued. You can't work out anymore. You're tired. Well, your brain is designed to literally, again, keep you safe. It's back in the Stone Ages. There needs to be, 10, 20% left in your gas tank. So if you're sitting here and you see a predator or an animal coming to get you, gonna eat you, you got to have the energy to run, right? You got to get away. So your body still has all this energy in it. But as soon as your body realizes, hey, you're using a lot of muscle, you're using a lot of energy, it literally sends brainwave, signals to you, say, hey, stop. You're tired. When really you're not tired. So understand this concept. Just understand that your subconscious thinking is preventing you. It's telling you you're tired. It's telling you you're fatigued. It's telling you that the dream isn't that big. It's trying to keep you safe. And you got to understand how to break out of that, right? So let me start with this. Think about a car, right? In your car, what happens? We've all been driving along, driving. The gas light comes on. The gas light saying, hey, you're out of gas. But do you really run out of gas right there? You don't, right? We all know you got 10, 15 miles left until you run out of gas. So you got to understand your body's the same way. If you get home, again, I don't know what your goal is. Every goal that's different, I could use a different analogy for. But let's use losing 20 pounds. and you get home from work, right? And you don't want to work out. You got to understand that that is your subconscious mind telling you you're tired, you're fatigued. You still have 20% left in that gas tank that you can push past. You got to understand that. That is so important. When I started, again, training to become a collegiate athlete, I knew this was going on. I knew I could, you have to look to hit your max every day, right? You have to learn how to push yourself so hard till you get to that empty and know that you have 20% more, because that's where the magic happens. That's when you're expanding your capabilities of driving past everybody else, right? That's where the magic's at. That's when you're able to literally achieve the things you want to achieve. You got to know your brain is lying to you. You got to know that. So when you come home and it's a program, right? Let's just do this. Like if you're trying to lose 20 pounds and you love pizza, right? You got to get into your brain and know that autopilot, right? That autopilot just keeps going and going. Oh, I want this pizza. I want this pizza. But you got to know, you got to catch that. Oh, these are automatic reactions, automatic loves and feelings. You can change that. Acknowledge it and make the right decision, the conscious thinking of saying, I do love that, but I'm not eating that crap today. Absolutely not. For a couple of reasons. One, I'm losing this weight, for my why. You don't need to tell the person you're losing that weight for them, but maybe you're losing it for yourself or for your why, right? You got to understand that you have to make a conscious decision. You do not need to eat that pizza. But just I don't want to babble like I knew I would start babbling on the subject, but you have the two brains, conscious and subconscious. Autopilot, your real rational thinking. So when you feel like not getting one of your tasks done, you feel like giving up, catch that and say, no, not today. Autopilot doesn't happen anymore. I want to think for me, for my brain, my conscious thinking. And in my book, I give you all kinds of ways to control your thinking in the most easiest way possible. The book's only 100 pages. It was originally 250 pages. I narrowed it down to 100 pages because I knew I wouldn't read it. I wouldn't read more than 100 pages if I was in college or I was just too busy. I'll listen to it, but I won't read it. So I dumbed it down, narrowed it all the way down to 100 simple pages, the easiest read. I encourage you to check it out. But you got to remember, I don't want to, this train the brain, it gives you that power. I said your why gives you the engine. You got your coordinates, you got your target, you got your steering wheel. But this train the brain is so powerful. I'm going to leave you with one last thing. If you're in the gym, I even give you a mini workout that you should be doing just mentally and to show you how strong this is. I started out, and it's crazy, right? With push-ups. I just wanted to do push-ups. I wanted to tell myself that you could beat your yesterday's best every day by just one. And I started with 25 push-ups. And I wrote it down. In the gym, I had 25. I did the 25, and then I continued on with my workout, right? Continued on with my day, and then it turned into the next day. I'm in the gym. I'm going to do 26. I'm literally going to do 26. And no matter what happens, I'm not going to stop till I get to 26. I'm going to tell my brain, no, when that pain comes, absolutely not. The pain's coming and trying to prevent me, trap me in this box. I said, no, I'm going to get that extra rep because I know I did 25 yesterday. I can push past it and do one more. Well, I did that every single solitary day till I got up to 130 freaking push-ups. Was I impressed? No, I was just impressed by telling my brain every single solitary day, I got to 75. I can do one more rep tomorrow. I can beat my yesterday's best. And what ends up happening by doing little drills like that, your brain, that subconscious part that kind of tells you, that voice in your head, don't worry about doing this. It's too hard. You don't need to achieve your goal. Don't worry about your dreams. All these bad things, they go away. Your brain will start changing, saying, hey, you better do this extra rep. You better go to class. You better study. You better go all in on everything that you're doing. That's my slogan. It's all in, all in. Everything I do, you have to understand, is all in. You control your brain. You take control of your brain. Read about it. Maybe read about it in my book. Do different drills to reprogram your brain. But I promise you, you can do it. You can reprogram your brain. You can change your autopilot to become an autopilot that isn't hurting you, but is driving you. It is a drive. And the one thing I will say, I'll leave you with this. Every professional athlete that I talk to, every athlete that's excelling in college, they all take the time to reprogram their brain. And the one thing they come back and tell me every time is, if I knew this information years ago, I would be even at a higher level than I am right now. So understand this. Take the time to reprogram your brain. Take the time to understand you have the two parts of your brain. And when that voice comes in your head that you shouldn't do it, or you don't have to do it, understand that it's just a lie. Your brain is lying to you. You're on autopilot. Recognize that, okay, I know what you're trying to do, but not this time. I'm not going to bed until my daily task is done. It's just that simple, no matter what. And always understand that no matter how tired you are, you still have 20% left in you. You still have 20% left in you. No excuses. Get after it. And remember, 20% more. Quit letting your brain lie to you.